Hi there everyone, I'm gonna make this video to show everyone a few of the ways that you can record an upright piano, which honestly it's quite difficult if you don't have a whole lot of gear. So I'm going to tackle this from the perspective of someone who only has, for example, a Zoom H1 or any other device that will do stereo built in on one device, no separate microphones and jigs and whatnot. And it's quite tricky because I guarantee you that out of the box you're not going to get good sound out of anything. So I'm going to show you a few of the ways that I found to record an upright piano that sound decent. Recording an upright piano requires professional microphones, requires tripods and separate microphones to record a good stereo image with clear sound, plus the instrument has to be in top condition because upright pianos are noisy. I mean, when you're recording, for example, a grand piano, the action is below the strings relative to the position where you place the microphones, plus the soundboard is a lot more exposed. Recording a grand piano is a lot easier, simply put. A lot easier, and it could be a lot harder because I've seen people have to record grand pianos with 4 microphones before they can get good sound. Jesus Christ, it's hot in here. So let's begin. Okay, so basically we have 3 main ways of placing a microphone on an upright piano that do not require taking it apart. And these are the 3 I'm going to be covering. These are quite simple, honestly. The first way, which is the simplest one and can actually be good for you if you want to hide the microphone somehow. You simply take the microphone and you prop up the lid just slightly like this, and you place it about 3/4 of the way through, and you just let the microphone hanging there. It's not perfect, and in my piano, for example, this is a 1968 Fritz Dobert, so the action is hella worn out, so it's going to make a whole lot of noise. But I'm going to show you how this one sounds right now. I'm going to show you how the sound is vanilla, pure out of the microphone, and I'm going to do some very basic treatment to it so you can kind of hear what it sounds like when treated slightly. Okay, so this is Mozart, the Sonata in G major K283. So this is its most basic. This is how it sounds. And then I have another way of recording which I've been using a lot lately because it's the one that produces the most beautiful and usable sound straight out of the box without having to do anything. Okay, so this is the method I've been using a lot because it produces the best sound straight out of the box. And I haven't been using this little tripod in the last videos that I've recorded, but I'm using it right now. I hope it doesn't fall off. Let me try using the pedal because it can end up falling off. And I've isolated the little screw because it vibrates and it can be picked up in the recording. Again, well, this is a little bit more dislocated to the right than the other configuration I've just showed you. So this is like 4/5 of the way through to the right side. Now this method will pick up more of the ambience. If you point it straight down, it's a lot drier and it mainly picks up a lot of mechanical noise. So this is the way I prefer it because it picks up a lot of the ambience, and you end up not having to treat the audio as much. It's pretty good out of the box, and this is how it sounds. Now the last method I've used in the past doesn't require opening the top lid, but it does require a sort of a partial disassembly of the piano, and we will do that by, I'll move the stool a little bit. I'll release the mechanism that holds this bottom lid, and then I will remove this lid from here. Beware that this lid is actually quite heavy, so be careful. Okay, so this way, it wasn't for the lack of focus. We have the harp, we have the bridges, and then we have the strings and all the mechanism exposed. And this is one reason why the piano has to be in good condition, so to say, in order to record this way, because it will pick up a lot of the pedal noise. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab a selfie stick, and then I'm going to use this small tripod right here, real quick. So the way I'm going to do this, it owes to the fact that this selfie stick has a thread, a tripod thread on the bottom. So I'm going to screw in the selfie stick onto this mini tripod. I'm going to extend its legs, and I'm going to extend it outwards a little bit to make it just tall enough to clear. Not really to clear, I'm going to show you. I'm going to screw this in here. So here it is, basically owed to the way the strings are crossed, because this is a modern piano. You can clearly see the replaced strings. If you aim the microphone here in this general direction, you're going to pick up the last third of the piano, and all of this is the lower 2/3. So this way, it is good because it is very clear. It is very dry, so it does require some treatment. But this is almost recording this the piano the same way you would record a grand piano, a baby grand, with a single microphone. Except if you had two separate ones, you would use a Blumlein pair, which would produce a much better stereo image than this will ever produce this way. And it will pick up a lot of the pedal noise, so you gotta watch out for that. You gotta lubricate your piano as well as you can, but let's give it a shot. These are at least 3 respectable ways of recording an upright piano. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to partially disassemble this piano, and I'm going to show you how it sounds like when you place the microphone some other places. Another way I've used in the past was to, I'm going to disassemble this little kit right now. One way I've used to record in the past, and I've used this to record more than one instrument, and actually I recorded a violin and a choir using this method because it produces like the best all-around sound for everyone, which is as simple as getting this microphone, and without no preparation, we'll just leave it up here with the lid closed, aiming towards the wall. That's it. That's basically it. And it doesn't even need to have its bottom open. It will sound good all the same. Because it's not, the focus is not recording the piano itself, it's recording everything else around you. So I've used this to record a choir. I've used this to record a violin, of course with the piano accompanying it. So let's take a listen. Of course, I don't have anyone else to play with me here. So this is how it sounds. think that this is a quite fair sounding sound if you are recording not just the piano but someone else singing or someone else playing another instrument. This is actually quite a respectable sound from the Zoom H1. Okay, so now I'm going to start to show you some other ways you can try experimenting with recording a piano with just a single microphone. One of the ways require some very minor disassembly of the instrument, and we're going to start by first closing the lid, and then we'll open this top lid, and then we're going to remove this front plate here, and this will expose all of the mechanism, everything. So you can open this like this, and finally this, well, if you do this, you're going to have to play from memory because you're definitely not going to have a score to read from if you do this. But simply put, you place the microphone right here, right in the middle. This is the first way I've tried recording a piano, and yeah, let's see how that sounds. No way, the camera's overheating. Hang on, I'll change camera real quick. Okay, so the other camera just overheated, so I grabbed its sister. Okay, so since we're playing around with this whole recording a piano thing, I'm going to grab my tripod again, and I'm going to try a new way of recording a piano which I haven't tried ever. So I'm going to extend the first step of the legs. I'm just inventing words here. So I'm just going to extend this part of the tripod, which is very dusty because I haven't been recording anything. And instead of placing a camera here, I'm actually placed the microphone, and let's take a listen. So again, these are some of the ways that I have found to record a piano. These are, I think, the first ways that one might actually think about recording a piano. These are not the best by far, but these are the ones that in my opinion, can produce somewhat of a respectable result. And that's it. Thank you for watching this little video.